Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 love reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, and if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, and it is also linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, so guys, I'm a Gemini too. Don't be offended by what I'm going to say, but this is going to be a time where we need to get out of our own way when it comes to love, and we really need to let ourselves shine. Okay, so that's going to be one of the roadblocks that we have. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. We're represented by the Queen in the Minor Arcana, or by not by the Queen, by the swords in the Minor Arcana. So the Queen of Swords represents us. So we're going to have a tendency during this time or before this time to get in our own way with love. Whether we're in a relationship, whether we're looking to be in a relationship, here, just be mindful about this during this time. This can also be another air sign energy, a Gemini, a Libra, and Aquarius, that we could be having a bit of difficulty with. So just also be aware of that. But us getting in our way is what Spirit came through with first. So just be aware. Let's see what Spirit has to say to us. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is soulful. We need to fill our soul. We do. We need to fill our soul with blessings and prosperity and bounty and what we love. So I know people say you have to love yourself first before you can find love. And I know other people totally argue that. And it's like, well, that's how I find love, by being loved by others. But here, it's like you need to fill your soul. You need to fill your soul with what you love, with why you're here on this earth. Even if we're figuring it out, Spirit is like, make sure your soul is full, because we've been neglecting ourselves and ignoring what we want, and kind of trying to fit in with the rest of the herd. And maybe we're not meant to. Maybe we're not meant to. And we're missing something beautiful because we thought, well, love is supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be this, right? And it's supposed to be just a little bit different for us. And that's okay. Let's see what energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Here's the Two of Wands reverse. We need to be mindful that a door has closed, or that a door is closing. And we can see that as a really bad thing. It's like, oh no, this is terrible, but it's not. It's not. We can think it's terrible. We might not know how exactly to proceed forward because we thought, oh, that's the path that I'm supposed to be following. But here, Spirit is really telling us that, again, it's okay to be different. And whether that's in, doesn't have to be in our orientation. It can just be that our spirit, our way of progressing forward, is just different than others. It can be in our orientation, right? But it's also in our our time frame with love, with what we want from love. It can't just be not following the herd of people. Whatever the herd of people where we live, what we're doing looks like. It's like, hey, you're supposed to stand out in the crowd. Everybody else is a sheep and they all might have white wool, right? Maybe yours is black, right? And that makes you stand out. And you're like, no, I just want to be like everybody else. And it's like, no, let yourself stand out. Let yourself be one of those, beautiful, yeah, rare wools, like, or colored wools. Like, let yourself stand out. So we start here with the Hierophant. Now, starting with the Hierophant in the love reading is a big deal. It is a big deal because the Hierophant symbolizes marriage. Now, if we're in a married relationship or a committed relationship, we can be like, yeah, okay, duh. But if we're not, that's a big deal because that's what we're moving towards. We're moving towards a commitment. And that can be why Spirit is saying, hey, let's open up our minds to this. Let's move forward in this direction. But the Hierophant is also, coming into alignment with where we belong, how we fit in to this bigger world. And the Hierophant is showing us here that we're moving towards a committed love. And even in a relationship, we could be having a rocky time and things. And it's like, well, the commitment means something. The commitment is important. And it's helping us to get through a rocky time. And it's leading us forward in a very powerful way. But it's also letting us know, okay, what do I want? And where do I need to be? And, kind of like in a business, right? Everybody, I don't want to say knows their roles because that seems very old school, but it's kind of like, what do I want? And I'm letting people know about this instead of burying it deep down inside or saying, oh, they should know. It's like, no, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know what I want. I'm going to let you know how I need to progress forward. And, you can let me know and that would be great. But we might be hearing things that maybe we don't want to hear at a time where people are being really honest, but it's okay. It's okay to kind of get things out on the table during this time. That's going to be important. But we need to be mindful of our words because we can be a little bit sharp-tongued during this time, a little bit like too blunt. That's we as air signs, we tend to be a little bit too blunt and not understand that people are like, whoa, I can't believe you just said that. And we're like, why? It needed to be said. So just be aware of this. The Magician is stepping into your magic. So we have marriage energy here. We have commitment energy here. And we have us standing before the altar of our existence, stepping into our magic, but also honoring ourselves. And probably for the first time for a lot of us Geminis, in a really real and honest way, it's like, I'm honoring me. I'm seeing myself as gifted. I'm seeing myself as powerful. I'm seeing myself as abundant. And we're moving forward in those gifts, in that abundance, in that prosperity, and in that determination. And that's a really, really big deal. The Magician is stepping into your magic, and it is letting that magic flow around you with the Queen of Swords reversed. Again, we can be a little bit too blunt. We can be a little bit sharp-tongued. We can be very quick with our words without listening. And that's going to be an important thing during this time. We have to listen as well as talk. And that can be hard. That can be difficult. There's also a need here to claim your role as queen. For a lot of us, we're not claiming that role. We're not claiming that power. We're kind of pushing it away. It's like, no, I don't want to be this, or I don't want that responsibility. Even if we're sitting there thinking, but I have all these other responsibilities, why am I not claiming this? It is picking up our sword, claiming our truth, claiming how much time and effort we have put into our lives and what we want. And then saying, I don't need to sacrifice that for anyone. I am standing in the power of me. And so when we stand before the altar of our existence and we stand before the world, we say, this is who I am. Like it? Great. Don't like it? Also great. But I'm going to move forward as me, in love and in all aspects of my life. I am moving forward in love. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to be 100%, blunt or honest or, to the point where it can get us in trouble, like at work or at things. So just be aware of that. Because I can see us being like, well, I'm just going to be all out there. And Spirit's like, no, rein it back in. So for that one person that thought, I'm just going to lay it all on the table. Okay, but rein it in because we need things to be balanced. We're going to see things a lot differently than we have before. And that's going to be really important. We're looking at love and we're looking at love differently. It's like, oh, but I can do this and I am worthy of this and I get to have this. And so when it comes to love, it's like, I get to shine. I get to shine in love. I get to be a part of a unit, and that unit doesn't get to devour who I am and what I love and what I want. And that unit also here, I mean, for a lot of us Geminis, you grew up around somebody who very powerfully put you down. Okay, and they made you doubt your words. And that carried over into everything. And so when it comes to love, we doubt our words. We doubt what we want. And so here, it's like we need to get out of our own way and say what we want to ourselves first and foremost. And then to our partner or to the universe to be able to say, okay, this is what I want. This is how I need to move forward. This is where I need to be for me. And this is what success in my love and in my life looks like. And we're changing the game when it comes to that. We're changing the game when it comes to that. And when it came to love, okay, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We could have been drowned by love before. And we found ourselves very attracted to people who were emotionally just a little bit too much, or a lot of bit too much, okay? Just emotionally all encompassing. And it's like, listen, I now get to lead in the power of my heart, in the power of what I love in life. And I have learned that because here with the King of Cups reversed, it's because we hadn't done that before, right? I hadn't done that before. And now I am claiming back my love. And this is going to be a time during this October season where we're claiming back what we love. But we're also looking at the loves that were just too all encompassing. They drowned us. I just see the waters flooding over us, flooding over us. And it was like, it was too much. And it was okay for that to be too much. We're kind of blaming ourselves. Oh, that was what love was supposed to be. You're supposed to be just like that. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. It's supposed to be balanced. You're not supposed to be drowning in the other person all the time. So just being aware of that is going to be super, super, super important for us. Yeah. There's also somebody here in our lives who's very weak in love. Very weak. And they hid that. They had a very hard time showing their emotions. Now this could be us. We had a very hard time showing our emotions, but I see this more as somebody else had a very hard time showing their emotions, and they hid behind emotional manipulation and emotional cruelty in order to mask that they had no idea what the heck they were doing. They had no idea what love was. And we kind of internalized that and put that on ourselves and said, oh, I was supposed to be enough for like them to love me. And it's like, no, they just didn't know how to love. And here, now we're looking at things and we're like, oh, wow, they didn't. It wasn't my fault. That's part of their journey and their lesson. It's not part of mine. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the magician. So we have the magician coming here, but we also need to be mindful of the addictions of other people. We need to be mindful of the, other people, sitting there and saying, well, you have to follow exactly what I say. And being mindful of taking their words over our own hearts and our own souls, over what we're feeling and what we know is right for us. So we can easily during this time be like, oh yeah, but no, that person is right. And oh, I just wasn't good enough. And you have to throw that out. You are good enough. I am enough. Remind yourself of that every single day. I am enough. Our subconscious spirit message is wish reversed. We kind of gave up on what we wished for. We might have thought that our wish for love will never come true. And Spirit's here to tell you it will. It is. It's claiming back what we wish for. It's claiming back what we love and what we want. And it moves us to our subconscious tarot message, which is death reversed. This is Scorpio energy. Time frame October 23rd to November 21st. Subconsciously, with the hangman, like there's change coming in, but we're very resistant to that change. We're also very resistant to connecting fully with the other side. Spirit is guiding us. We have people on the other side, loved ones, from this life, from past lives, who are guiding us forward. We have our angels talking to us, and we can be like, you know what? No, that's too much. And Spirit's like, why? Why is that too much? I'm leading you towards love. Listen. So just be aware of this. Just be aware that this is a transformative time, and we can subconsciously be fighting that transformation. And Spirit's like, why? Why? It'll lead you towards what you truly love and what you truly want. All right. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony. Gemini, may blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.